Did you know that Amsterdam Schiphol Airport has a history that spans over a century? Quite a fascinating tale it weaves, indeed. Let's take a step back into the annals of history, to the year 1916. In the heat of the First World War, amidst the marshy lands reclaimed from the Haarlemmermeer, the birth of Schiphol took place. Its first cries, however, were not of jumbo jets, but of military aircraft. Yes, Schiphol began its journey as a military airfield. Barely a year had passed since its inception when Schiphol began to make its mark. By 1917, it had expanded rapidly, earning its stripes as one of the largest airports in Europe. Quite an achievement, wouldn't you say? But all was not smooth flying. The first rumblings of discontent were heard, not about the noise of the aircraft, mind you, but about the behaviour of the military personnel. Local residents were none too pleased with how they were conducting themselves, particularly towards the local girls. As the echoes of World War I faded away, Schiphol began to transition towards civilian use. The military airfield was shedding its old skin, ready to embrace a new identity. By 1923, the Dutch Air Force had officially departed, leaving behind the seeds of what was to become one of the world's most significant airports. So even as the military aircraft roared away into the sunset, the civilian planes were just beginning to spread their wings. Schiphol was on the brink of a new era, ready to take on the world. And with the departure of the Dutch Air Force in 1923, a new chapter in Schiphol's history was about to begin. This humble military airfield was poised to transform into a bustling hub of global aviation. But that, dear listeners, is a story for another time. So, buckle up and prepare for takeoff as we continue our journey through the fascinating history of Amsterdam Schiphol Airport. Till then, keep your seatbelts fastened and your curiosity piqued. The 1920s brought about significant changes for Schiphol. As the decade rolled in, Schiphol was still a far cry from the bustling international hub we know today. It was a swampy airfield with no paved runways, earning it the rather unflattering nickname of Schiphol Swamp, due to the high groundwater level. But change was in the air. In 1926, the city of Amsterdam took ownership of Schiphol. With the new management came new vision and ambition. The city saw the potential of the airfield and began making improvements. One of the first steps was to construct a new terminal and control tower. This was a major upgrade for Schiphol, and it was done in anticipation of a very special event, the 1928 Olympic Games. The Olympics were a prestigious international event, and Amsterdam wanted to ensure that it made a good impression on the world. The new terminal and control tower were symbols of progress and innovation. They were the city's way of saying, "We're ready for the world stage." But it wasn't all smooth sailing. Despite the new infrastructure, Schiphol still had to grapple with its swampy terrain. The lack of paved runways was a significant challenge. The high groundwater level made construction difficult and also posed operational issues. It was a constant reminder of Schiphol's humble beginnings and the work that still needed to be done. And yet the city persevered. It continued to invest in Schiphol, making improvements and expansions where necessary. Slowly but surely, Schiphol Swamp was transforming into an airport of note. The groundwork was being laid for what Schiphol would eventually become, an important gateway connecting Amsterdam to the rest of the world. Despite the challenges, Schiphol was on its way to becoming a prominent player in the aviation industry. The 1920s and 1930s were a time of growth and expansion for Schiphol, a time when the little swampy airfield started to dream big and take its first steps towards becoming a global aviation hub. World War II marked a dark period for Schiphol. The airport, which had seen steady growth and expansion, became a target during the war. Its strategic location and infrastructure were not lost on the German forces who occupied it, using it as a base for their operations. The war was brutal and relentless, and Schiphol bore the brunt of it. Bombings were frequent, leaving the airport in a state of devastation and disarray. But even in the face of such destruction, the spirit of resilience that had seen Schiphol through its early years was not extinguished. As the war ended, the task of rebuilding began. The airport was almost unusable, a stark reminder of the harsh realities of war, but the determination to restore it was strong. The reconstruction efforts were a testament to the unwavering spirit of the people. Despite the damage, there was an underlying optimism, a belief that Schiphol could be brought back to its former glory. The work was hard, the conditions challenging, but the progress was steady. By 1949, a mere 4 years after the end of the war, a new passenger building was opened. This was a significant milestone, a symbol of recovery and renewal. It represented not just the physical rebuilding of the airport, but also the emotional healing of the people. The opening of the new passenger building was a turning point. It signaled the end of a difficult chapter in Schiphol's history and the beginning of a new era. The airport was no longer just a symbol of the city's resilience, but also a beacon of hope and progress. The reconstruction of Schiphol was not just about restoring an airport, it was about rebuilding a community, restoring hope, and reaffirming the spirit of resilience. It was a testament to the indomitable spirit of the people and their unwavering belief in the future. From the ashes of war, Schiphol rose stronger and more determined. This period of its history serves as a reminder of its resilience, its capacity to overcome adversity, and its unwavering commitment to progress. Post-war, Schiphol was destined for greater things. The year 1949 marked a significant turning point in the airport's history. The decision was taken that Schiphol would continue to be the largest airport in the Netherlands, a testament to its strategic importance and potential for growth. This determination was not made lightly. It was a commitment to a vision of global connectivity, a promise to foster ties that were not just national but international. Schiphol was not just to be a point on a map, but a node in a network, a hub in a web of global routes. This vision was ambitious, forward-looking, and decidedly optimistic. It was a statement of faith in the future of aviation and the future of the Netherlands. And so, Schiphol began its transformation. It grew, not just in size, but in scope and scale. Multiple runways were constructed, enabling the airport to handle more traffic and accommodate larger aircraft. The airport was no longer just a national asset, it was becoming a global player. But the transformation didn't stop there. Schiphol also introduced a pioneering concept in airport design, the single terminal concept. This innovative design meant that all facilities were under one roof. Passengers could check in, pass through security, shop, dine and board their flights, all without ever leaving the building. It was a radical departure from the traditional multi-terminal approach, and it set a new standard for airport design. The single terminal concept was more than just a design innovation. It was a symbol of Schiphol's commitment to efficiency and passenger convenience. It embodied the spirit of Schiphol, innovative, forward-thinking, and always putting the passenger first. Today, Schiphol stands as a testament to the resilience and vision of those who built it. It is a symbol of the Netherlands' commitment to global connectivity and a testament to the power of vision and determination. From its humble beginnings as a military airfield to its status as a major international hub, Schiphol's story is one of transformation, growth and innovation. Today, it continues to write new chapters in its remarkable history, always looking to the future, always ready for takeoff. From a humble military airfield to a key player in global aviation, Schiphol's journey is nothing short of remarkable. The tale of Amsterdam Schiphol Airport truly echoes the spirit of resilience and innovation that has defined aviation history. Born from reclaimed land in the Haarlemmermeer in 1916, Schiphol started as a military base, quickly expanding to become one of the largest airports in Europe by 1917. The earliest objections to its presence weren't about engine noise, but rather the behaviour of military personnel. After World War I, the airport transitioned to civilian use, with the Dutch Air Force officially leaving in 1923. The 20s and 30s were a time of development and expansion. Despite a lack of paved runways and a high groundwater level, which earned it the nickname Schiphol Swamp, the airport continued to grow. It was in these years that Amsterdam took ownership and initiated improvements, including a new terminal and control tower, all in preparation for the 1928 Olympic Games. World War II brought challenges and devastation. Schiphol was bombed and occupied by the Germans, leaving it nearly unusable by war's end. Yet with a determined spirit, the airport was quickly repaired. By 1949, a new passenger building was opened, marking a new era of reconstruction and growth. The decision in 1949 to retain Schiphol as the largest airport in the Netherlands set the stage for its modern status as a major international hub. Today, Schiphol stands with multiple runways and a single terminal concept, housing all facilities under one roof. This brief overview of Schiphol's history truly captures the essence of its transformation from a military airfield to a major player in the world of aviation. For those interested in a deeper dive into the rich history of Schiphol, historical archives and dedicated publications offer a wealth of information. Thank you for joining us on this fascinating journey through the history of Amsterdam Schiphol Airport. Don't forget to like, subscribe and share this video, and hit the bell icon for the latest updates.